Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that is here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity right now with wonderful clarity in iconography, for the perfect balance of things. So if we could notice a fairy, like the archetype of a fairy, nature spirit, if we could notice that fairy moving away from each of us, the joker, whoever the joker is, the trickster, like the archetype be the trickster. If we can notice the fairy nature, also very intuitive, very connected, very communicative, the fairy moving away the trickster, the joker. If we could just notice that, whether you feel that, see that, hear that, or know that. And there being no battle there. This is just pure dominance of nature moving that energy away and away from you. Any annoyance, any chaotic energy, all that being moved away. Any poor humor being moved away. So we'll just breathe in. We'll just lovingly breathe in, and we'll just notice that the fairy moving the joker, the trickster, away from you and far away. So if we could just breathe into there being space, and if we could notice that that space around you has no interference in it. So if we could just breathe in, we'll notice Archangel Michael above us, high above us, perhaps 100 feet above us, monitoring, watching, curating the energy around each of us. So there is only love and no interference right around us. If we can go with that language of no interference, if we could let perfect harmony be restored in our physical being, including the healing of any injuries, the alignment of joints and necks and skulls, the alignment of organs, the healing of bruises. And we'll notice, as always, a really thorough and light and lovely feeling energetic clearing from Archangel Michael, clearing away the energy of other people, letting only love remain. And coming back to the fairy removing the trickster energy, if we could notice, and this all might be archetypal, but if we could just notice that there's no fight there, that the fairy is like a bouncer in a bar and just grabbing this energy and moving it far, 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 far away. So if we could just breathe in, perhaps noticing there being some relief, which might not be your conscious self, but perhaps the different parts of you feeling relieved, that there's no interference. If we could just breathe into the harmony that is present and the peace that is present. And once again, order. And if we could just feel all of our systems having more room in this space of luxurious care, all the systems have room to work perfectly. So if we could just breathe in and notice all of your mental systems, your cognition, your consciousness, your intelligence, your wisdom, creating a space for any worry, any anxiety, any what the bleep God, anything like that. If we could just breathe in and just let there be more room for harmony, more room for peace. So we'll just breathe into that. We'll also notice with there being more room for you to be yourself and let your own energy be met with love. And we'll indeed notice 100 feet up, Archangel Michael just showering you with grace. And we'll notice Archangel Michael moving energy vertically right through your body, the entirety of your physical body and being. We could just notice that happening with perfect precision, perfect grace, and incredible ease. And everything being restored, everything being rejuvenated, everything being clear and cleared. So we'll notice the vividness of goodness being present with you right now, within you and around you. And there being incredible lightness available to you right now. So we'll just breathe into all this. And if we could feel the uniqueness of your fingerprint being amplified, the uniqueness of every single part of you, the uniqueness of care for you, the uniqueness of healing for you, all that being very precise. And with words like precision and unique, none of that is technical. It's all loving. So if we can notice unique loving coming to you from Archangel Michael, unique loving coming from this fairy and nature, establishing order around you, establishing more room for you to be loved and cared for. So we'll just breathe into all these different dynamics. And with the loving energy of a friend and the word companion, if we can notice Archangel Ariel being right where you are, standing next to you, perhaps with a loving arm around you, or a hand on your shoulder, or a hand on your back. If we could just breathe into your companion, Archangel Ariel, sharing this experience with you, easing anything that feels like a burden or a load, allowing hands-on healing to happen. So we'll just breathe into that. And we'll notice the wonderful care and clarity that is here from Archangel Ariel. And if we could breathe in and really take that in, that Ariel is your companion right now in this experience. As Michael watches out over you, seeing everything, that there is clear energy around you, no interference, and that harmony exists right now. That harmony is here right now. That harmony is with you right now. So we'll just breathe into all of that. And we'll lovingly just breathe in. And if we could notice Archangel Ariel speaking to you, and perhaps with the same words, or perhaps on a different level of conversation, her speaking for you. So if we could just breathe in and feel Ariel speaking to you and for you. And we could very simply notice the energy created by Ariel speaking is one of comfort, spaciousness, healing, and clarity. And if we could feel Ariel getting even closer to you, perhaps sitting where you are, lying down where you are, and what Ariel is showing is her being hip to hip with you, snuggling in really close to you. If we could just breathe in to being joined at the hip with Archangel Ariel. And feeling your cells relaxing, your cells aligning with Archangel Ariel's energy, your cells noticing Archangel Michael caring for you, watching out for you. And if we could notice, and this is to your peace of mind and your pleasure, if we could notice that if it would feel better for you if Michael were higher or lower, higher meaning having an even wider view of the circumference around you, or being more close to you, if we could just notice, and we'll communicate that to Archangel Michael, and letting that individualization happen. And whatever it means to you, coming back to this again, if we can notice that the fairy has kicked the bleep out of the jokester energy, whatever that means to you, if we could just breathe in and notice the fairy's hands are free, that energy is gone, joker energy, trickster energy. And if we could just breathe into the fairy, representing and perhaps calling forward millions of other fairies, those energies being with you right now, and them creating a ring of 1,000 fairies 1,000 feet wide, right around you where you are right now. So if we could just breathe in, and if we could notice there being a complete absence of deception in this space. And with the absence of deception or trying to ascertain anything like that, if we can notice our brains relaxing, our cells relaxing, our energy and hearts relaxing, and being able to reside and revel in truth. And the truth is that you are loved exactly as you are right now, that there are 1,000 fairies, hundreds of angels, and dozens of loving guides here to heal every single part of you right now. We'll notice those numbers are essentially irrelevant, but they're helpful perhaps in terms of context. Notice there are millions of angels, millions of guides, millions of fairies, and they're all here for you right now. So we'll just breathe in with Michael, Ariel, the fairies, and you. Many voices speaking words of care, speaking prayers of healing, speaking soothing words to your systems and cells. We'll just breathe into all of that. We'll notice this is a detail in the space between it, like tissue, the spaces between organs, the spaces in your nerves, any static being removed. And there being a perfect comfort of different organs working together, of perfect comfort in all the different systems in your body, respiratory system and circulatory system working perfectly together, the nervous system working with blood and organs and bones, your senses working perfectly and working together. All of this equaling a space of great comfort and great ease. Wonderful. So if we could just breathe in, and with Ariel's help and Michael's help, if we could feel very simply your energetic self helping your physical self, we can notice your energetic self becoming perhaps twice as tall as you are. So perhaps 10 feet tall, 11 feet tall, 12 feet tall. If we could just breathe into that expansion and extension, not so much a stretch, but a growth. And with that, if we could feel perhaps strongly empowered, and also notice that there's more room, and also feel included in all the good in the universe. And if we could notice, and we'll spend a minute or so on this, if we can notice an unburdening, and we'll notice Michael and Ariel and the 1,000 fairies lifting off of you anything that is a burden. Archangel Michael lifting anything out of your hands that you're holding, energetically or otherwise. Burdens being lifted off of your shoulders by Archangel Ariel. Also, Ariel lifting any heaviness or weight off of your heart or from your heart. Your to-do list being lifted off. The weight of our era, the weight of our time is being lifted off. And not dismissing or bypassing the energy or the role of responsibility or any responsibility that you have. But if we could, for the time being, hand over responsibility to Archangel Ariel and notice that our focus right now, your focus right now, is your healing, your receptivity, your healing. That this is a moment to receive. So we'll just breathe in and we'll let that receptivity happen. So we'll just breathe into all that. And we'll notice all of that. And we'll celebrate all of that. And we'll embrace all of that. So we'll just breathe in. And we'll just breathe in. Wonderful. So if we could feel every single thing that has been mentioned thus far, we'll notice that that has been done. And that the tremendous care that is here for you continues. And we'll notice your hands being free and also Ariel's hands being free. Let's notice Archangel Ariel with tremendous love and tremendous tenderness placing her hands over your eyes. And she'll include with her gentle touch your third eye. So we'll notice her hands on your physical eyes and your third eye. So we'll just breathe in to her gentle, caring, tender hands. And we'll notice a wonderful healing of your vision, physical vision, also spiritual sight. Wonderful. So if we could breathe in, let's very simply notice the 1,000 fairies singing a song of healing for you And we'll notice your cells rejoicing and connecting in fresh ways. We'll notice everything in your neurology being refreshed and connecting like we're all brand new. Your nerves connecting like everything were brand new. Your bones, your joints. And we'll notice a healing. And if we could just breathe into a healing of anything that has felt, be this recent or in the past, that has felt out of order. Let's notice order being here right now and it being safe for you to experience great order. So we'll just breathe into all that. And we'll notice the goodness that is here and the peace that is here and the love that is here. We'll just notice all that. And if we could feel a profound depth of care and healing happening right now or happened. Archangel Michael is saying with a twinkle in his eye, there's nothing superficial about angels. And if we could just breathe into the depth of their care, the depth of their work, the depth of their healing, the depth of your healing, and all of it being right here, right now. And in this space of profound attention and care and tenderness, we'll notice that nothing is ignored, that everything is seen and heard, and a whole lot of healing and a whole lot of repair have happened and are happening right now. So we'll just breathe in a fresh breath. And we'll notice Archangel Ariel moving her tender, gentle hands from your eyes and third eye to your forehead, to your physical brain and consciousness. If we could notice her doing that, and perhaps her very simply kissing the top of your head and speaking into your crown chakra. We'll just notice her adoring your consciousness, adoring your brain, adoring all that is part of your mental body. So if we could just breathe in. We'll notice incredible goodness being here right now and incredible peace. So we'll just breathe into all that. And if we could notice Archangel Ariel duplicating herself perhaps 10 times over, so there are 20 Archangel Ariel hands on your body. If we could notice her placing her hands where you could benefit most, perhaps the neck, perhaps shoulders, perhaps hips, perhaps specific organs or specific vertebrae, perhaps your heart, physical heart, etheric heart, emotional heart. If we could just breathe into her perfect placement of her 20 hands. And if we could breathe in ankles, toes, and we'll just breathe in knees, kidneys, stomachs, systems. If we could just breathe in and let her tender healing touch have great depth and no limit of love or healing. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. And we'll notice Archangel Michael writing perhaps into the air, the atmosphere, writing onto energy, writing on surfaces, perhaps even writing on your body or writing on your thoughts. If we could just notice him writing his name, your name, in positive words, positive affirmations. If we could just breathe into Michael, infusing positive words, infusing love into your name, and using his name with great love. So we'll just breathe into all that. And letting him and Ariel and the 1,000 singing fairies work outside of time. And we'll notice the tremendous care and goodness that is here in this moment right now. And we'll notice the tremendous care and greatness that is here right now. And we'll notice the incredible good that is here right now. Loveliness, peace of mind, incredible care, wonderful expression, and great love. So we'll just breathe into all of that. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. And let's notice, perhaps we can notice this in the past tense, everything calming down. Everything having been calmed down. If we can notice anything calming down now that we could be aware of. And we'll just breathe in, perhaps celebrate that, and notice what's available to us. And also noticing what's available right now is a tremendous amount of angelic care from Archangel Ariel's 20 healing hands, from the 1,000 fairies' beautiful healing song of celebration for you, and the tremendous goodness that is present in the air that you breathe, in the spaciousness between your cells, the spaciousness between your systems, the spaciousness in the relationship between you and your physical surroundings, and the tight bond between you and all the angels and guides and goddesses and elementals that are here. We'll just notice in this moment that you don't need to do anything. And it's okay to just exist. And to just exist is a mighty act. We'll notice your profound safety. We'll notice the miracle of life, the miracle of existence, the miracle of this moment. How profoundly proud the angels are of you. That they celebrate you and every single part of your being. We recognize all the goodness and grace that is here right now. So we'll just breathe into all of this. And we'll notice all of this. And we'll feel good about all of this. And with incredible grace, perfect timing, a wonderful experience of expansion, great calm, we'll notice all that is healed, all that is healing. We'll notice everything in your physical body being lovingly cared for. We'll notice the tenderness present in your physical surroundings. And we'll notice ease and grace, everything that doesn't serve you being removed, everything that does serve you being infused, and there being a great experience and sense of joy here right now. And with all this joy, with all this goodness, with all this tenderness, with all this happiness, we celebrate life. And with wonderful care, a sense of certainty, a profound experience of love and great joy, we say to Michael, Ariel, and the 1,000 fairies, thank you so much. We celebrate the continuation of their care, of healing songs and healing touch, and where we'll conclude our part of this work, we'll notice their work continuing. Continued touch, continued songs, continued care, and great tenderness, unending tenderness, unconditional tenderness. So we'll just breathe into all this, and we thank the presence of Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this moment of clarity and peace. We thank you for this moment of dedicated joy. We thank you for all the healing that is here. And we're so grateful to Archangel Ariel, the 10 Ariels and the 20 hands of peace and healing. We thank Archangel Michael for watching out over us. We thank the 1,000 fairies for creating a space of harmony and peace and singing songs of healing and celebration and joy. And we let all this continue. We recognize that we are loved and adored and supported and cared for. And this continues, and it continues, and it continues into the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. And with wonderful certainty, great receptivity, incredible gratitude, and wonderful sense of wholeness and completeness, we ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. Well, once again, we'll just pray out. So thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels and ascended masters, for all the goodness and grace that is here. We celebrate peace and harmony and joy, and we're so grateful for all the goodness that is here for us right now. We thank you for all the peace that has been spoken and sung about. And we celebrate this. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We celebrate this moment, and we're so grateful for this moment and all that has happened and all that continues to happen. And with grace, clarity, and peace, we ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.